I own a MacBook Pro 2013. And recently my adapter died over here. It's a 665 watt adapter. And so I wasn't thinking, and I just ordered one that was a 45 watt. Actually, this is 60 watt, but the one that I ordered is a 45 watt. And you can see right here it's charging the what's it called? The MacBook right now just fine. A lot of people wonder, is it okay to use one that's a lower wattage? Apple actually suggests not to use a lower wattage one because one, it might not be powerful enough to power up the MacBook in my case. So it might not power it up. Right now mine is charging. It was originally at, sorry about the glare, 45%. Now it's at 52, but I put it in the sleep mode. We'll just go through this video and we'll see if it increases over time. So while you're using it, it might not power up, or it might just not even charge. So those are two things that could happen using an adapter that doesn't have enough wattage. So they recommend instead you can actually use one with a higher wattage. So this 2013 13-inch MacBook Pro, I can use, actually it's recommended to use the 65 watt, but I can actually use the 80, I keep on saying the wrong wattage. So it's supposed to use the 60 watt, but I can use the 80 watts. So this is what I'm supposed to use on my MacBook. But reading here, I can actually use the 15-inch MacBook Pro adapter, which is the 85 watt one. So I'll try to include the links and hopefully I don't get in trouble. And here's another one. What's it called? So that's something interesting for me to know, because a lot of people, they also mentioned, oh, don't use a higher wattage adapter. It could break your MacBook, but actually Apple, I think, I have to check again, just a lot of the forum posts have said that it's perfectly fine to use a higher wattage charger instead of a lower wattage charger, because it might just not have enough juice to let you use your MacBook. So what's the worst thing that can happen if you're in an emergency and, like me, have this underwatted adapter? As I mentioned, one of the two things that can happen are it won't charge, and so I've been talking for about a few minutes now, and it just charged just 1%. Probably would charge a lot quicker with the higher wattage one. Another thing is it might not even turn on, or it'll turn off randomly, which it isn't doing. Some people have said that it can break your MacBook. I'm hesitant to say that, but you know, your mileage may vary. There are stories about someone who's used a charger that's not powerful enough, and they said it fried their MacBook. So some other things that haven't been mentioned is, well, they also mentioned it, is that it puts a lot of strain on these underpowered adapters. This is a generic one, so I wouldn't suggest using it, because it gets super hot, super hot. I think maybe stock could handle it, but these generic chargers, I'd be kind of worried because they get so hot. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say possibly it could catch on fire, but hopefully not. So that's the worst case scenario, I think. So if you need to use it, I would just, worst case scenario is take the adapter, plug it in, turn off your iPad, and just let it charge like that. because while it's on and you're using it and it's charging, it's going to use a lot of juice. So in an emergency, if you have an adapter that's a lower wattage one from the one that's recommended, I would just suggest charging it. That's all. Turn it off. Not even in sleep mode, but just turn it off and just charge it. I'm not even recommending this. I'm just saying this is an alternative. Like what I'm doing right now. I haven't turned it off, but I would turn it off and let it charge. And then when I want to use it, I would unplug it and then use it after it's charged however long. So that's my long, short video about what MacBook chargers are safe. I mean the wattage, because there's 45, 60, and 85 watt. I wasn't even thinking about this until I bought one that was underpowered. So I get this from Amazon. I can return it, but still. Good luck to you. You can Google it and search it yourself, but I'll put what I have on comments. Good luck.